Hello, I'm Claudia K and welcome back to my channel. So today is unboxing box number 2 of the 3 boxes I received from Wendie of Wendie's Wacky Warehouse. If you haven't seen my first video, she did a sellers only private sale. And so some of us sellers got to attend this private sale and buy things inexpensively for resale ourselves. About half the stuff in the first box I ended up buying for myself and not for resale. So the boxes are this big. I think these are the, let's see, 12 by 12 by 8 boxes. That's what size all 3 of them are. So we did have one broken item in the first one, and sometimes that happens, and it was a ceramic mug, so it could have just shattered because of temperature changes, because sometimes that happens. So let's pull everything out. And all of this feels like great. I do not remember what I purchased because it was a while ago. Oh, whatever that is broken. And Wendie always puts tea in, and I did enjoy a cup of tea this afternoon. And oh, good, she sent me 2 of these. Get it out of there. The lemon ginger, I had that this afternoon. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Spice Dragon red chai. Ooh, bet I will like that one too. I love tea when it's cold. I don't like tea. I'm not a huge fan of iced tea. I do like iced tea lemonade in the summer, but drink a lot of tea in the winter. So I suppose we should get the broken item out of the way first. Oh, it's heartbreaking when something's broken. In the shape of it, it looks like it was a creamer maybe. Oof. Yeah, it was a creamer. It is a creamer no longer. That was the first item. And I don't ever want to be critical of another reseller's packing, especially since she'll see this. But I want to tell you how I pack. I learned from Misty. Well, actually, this is funny. I learned from packing boxes when my daughter was away at her first year of college. I packed her, I think, a box every month of just fun stuff. I missed her so much. So I did, that's where I got my start in packing boxes. But I watched a ton of Misty's packing videos, and then I went, I think it's the Philly Flipper maybe. I went and watched one of his because everybody's like, oh, he's the best. And I was like, well, he does the same thing Misty does. So I didn't watch any more after that. But when you're packing, the first thing you do is fill the voids. So I have packing paper that I would have put inside here. And then if you're going to wrap with paper, generally with vintage items, you don't want to use tissue paper that's colored, because if it gets wet, if the box gets wet and it seeps through, the tissue paper can stain the vintage item inside. So they don't recommend that you use colored paper. So you fill the void. I do it with packing paper. I don't do the extra step of packing paper around the glass, but I do 2 layers of the small bubble wrap. And then if it's especially fragile, or if I'm packing a ton of stuff, I do another outer layer in the big bubble wrap. Now, if it's not a ton of stuff or a ton of heavy stuff or a ton of very delicate things, I put just a thing of the big bubble wrap in the bottom, and if everything fits snugly, but it's called the drop test. And if you can drop this on your table or desk in my case and it not break, then you know it's going to survive shipping. So and then once everything is packed into the box, you want to fill the voids. So if there are any spaces at all where items could shift and whack against each other, you don't want that to happen. So then more packing materials need to go inside of them. I like to use packing paper for everything. I'm not a newspaper fan because newspaper, the ink will transfer to your fingers, and then when you unwrap the item, the ink can transfer to your vintage item, and it can stain your vintage item. So I'm not a fan of and the Philly Flip, I think it was the Philly Flipper, really liked newspaper as packing material. I absolutely do not use newspaper as packing material because the ink will transfer to your hands, transfer to your vintage item. You have permanently ink stained a vintage item. That's heartbreaking to me. So I do not use newspaper. That is why I do not use newspaper. Now, I will use, because I like to reduce, reuse, recycle. So if I am sent other packing materials, those are the ones I just purchase myself. So there are other packing materials that you'll see me use, but they aren't ones that I purchased. Oh, this is so pretty. I think I bought this for my mom because I thought the berries on it looked like, now the one that she has is satin and not clear glass, but I think it would just make a nice little serving bowl for her. So I got that for my mom, and it does say France on the bottom. So really pretty. Got a little gold rim. I think my mom will really like that. And that's not to say that even the best of packers still will not have a broken item now and then, because it does happen. Sometimes if it had a crack in the item that you didn't know about, the change in the temperature, and that's why shipping is so nerve-wracking in the winter, because the change in the temperature can crack an item inside the box and you have no idea, no matter how well you had packed it. This is the lid for something. So even the best of packers have things that arrive broken. And I was the shipping manager at a retail store for 5 years, and I made a complaint against a UPS driver who was punting our, these are another set of the things that go with the, words are hard. But I opened it in the first box, and I plan to sell all of them together. So that's awesome. He was punting our boxes with breakable items out of the UPS truck and down the hallway leading into our store. So I had to file a complaint, and unfortunately, because he also was a married man who hit on every woman that worked in the mall, he'd had multiple complaints, and that was the final straw. I didn't know it when I made the complaint. Ooh. Got this. It's just a box. Russ Enterprises Imports, Tucson, Arizona, USA. Designed and handcrafted for us in India. Pretty cool. So even your UPS driver will punt the boxes when you're not looking. And the post office, I can't remember who was a carrier with the post office, but they said, wrap your stuff as if it's going to be dropped from 2 stories above, because it will be. So Oh, I think this is another one. They're so cool. It is. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yep, it came from the same place. Oh, those are pretty, 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 pretty. So I got an entire set of these, and this is what cost me so much in shipping. These are made in the USA. They've got, and I got these for resale because the cottage core is so popular right now. I follow this lady on TikTok who actually has a cottage. It's called Thicket Cottage. And it just looks like such a peaceful, like I want to just go and sit on the porch swing and read a book. I love the idea of a cottage. So there must be more pieces to this in, because I can't remember how many pieces came with it, but I think there might be more pieces to this in the other box. Oh. This is broken too. It was a plate. It is no longer. I wish I knew somebody that did crafty stuff. I am not a crafty kind of person, but it'd be really cool to do one of those mosaic with the pieces of things that are broken. And there was a second one of these. We opened the other one in the first video. So I'm going to open that one. Oh, this is darling. Oh, it's Francoma. No wonder it's darling. Oh, look at the lines on that. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love that. Francoma pottery is just, it's just pleasing to the eye. I don't know any other way to describe it. So pretty. So whatever this went to, it must be in the other box. So we will find out what that goes to when we unbox the third one. So, oh, that is pretty. I love this. All right, you guys, that was everything in this box. Unfortunately, we had more casualties. That makes me sad. I don't even remember this plate. Isle of Arran, Royal Grafton. It's made in England. Oh, that's sad. Well, that is all for this. And I don't know if I said in my other video, but Wednesday, a week from, let me see. Let me just get you the exact date because I'm super excited. Misty of Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter invited me to come on and do a sale with her Wednesday, February 23rd at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. And I'm super, super excited because Misty is so much fun, and I have been watching her for a very long time, and it's going to be a blast. So I'm really excited about that. I have some great stuff for that. And that is all for today. Remember, be kind. It doesn't cost you anything, and it may mean everything to someone else. Bye.